Chapter 9 of What a Wild Spirit Brings by Lil. Mitten Haldani led her to a little guest room, silent and brooding. She went in with Lil and shut the oak door, then stood with her back to Lil for a few moments. When she turned around, she was completely calm. What was her name, your mother? Who is the royal that ran away? You lack a proper fear of Haldani, child. I lack a proper fear of most things, Haldani. The Haldani slightly grimaced. I shall give you an answer for each of your answers. Fair? We must be friends for me to trust you with her name. The Eldani sighed, looking furious for a moment, then breathing deeply in, regained her calm. So be it. I am your friend. Then my mother's name is Ties. Mine is Lil. Mitten Haldani looked troubled. She didn't even change her name? I suppose she would need to amongst a people unknown. Please, I answered friend. Our arrangement? Oh, the runaway royal was named Ties. She was heir to the throne. 2 years before she was of age to take it, she disappeared. She could enter the wilder, you said. Yes, since a girl. What is Mornay like? She is a temperamental woman with a good heart and strong beliefs. She is very proud, yet gracious. She does not always follow protocol, but she is a great queen. The Andry people almost worship her. Oh, I hope she will see me. She probably will, knowing her, but do not expect her to love you, girl. She has a daughter younger than you and will not trust you. Thank you for the advice, Mitten Haldani. I'm sure you're a wise counsel. With a little smile, the Haldani said, Thank you, Lil. Please, there is an understudy here named Dameen. She and I were friends when we were separated during a pirate attack. May I see her? Not right now. She will be doing her chores, then to studies. In the evening you may see her. What was your mother like? Thank you, friend. Oh, my mother was a woman of honor, a woman with fierce, untamable spirit. She was the bravest woman alive and a great fighter. I bear her skill mark here on my ear. The red right on the tube is mine, though, Lil said with pride rushing through her. Have you ever entered the Wilder? Not yet, I haven't tried. I'm going to, though. The Wilder is dangerous. My clan knows its way. What clan is it? The Black Weapon clan. You are a red, so a fighter, Haldani, yes? What battles have you fought? None, really, so far. I have been part of a few skirmishes, and I have some skill with a bow, but since I became the Queen Mornay's counsel, only a year after completing my Haldani rites, I have missed out on combat. A wistful look was slowly taking over the Haldani's face. She suddenly realized it was instantly calm again. Lil wondered if she could ever learn to hold her feelings in disguise like that, the way Haldani do, the way Dameen does. What sort of things do you enjoy, Lil? I love the outdoors, and to write books and sketch the world. I want to learn combat and the wilder. Please know, friend, that you must not speak my name but in private. Friends only may know names. An Entha custom. I don't think so, just one of my own ways. If one's name is unknown, it's harder to be found by enemies. As you say, then, child. Thank you, friend. If you love books, I think you should come with me. Mitten led her down in some halls and outside to another huge white building. Inside, Lil almost passed out, for there, stacked to the ceiling on shelves, were book after book after book. Her mouth and eyes wide, she screamed with joy when the shock faded and ran to the books, then stopped short and tenderly, gingerly touched them one by one, tears welling up in her eyes. She had never seen so many books. She hadn't known that this many books even existed, and they were all here together. She spread her arms wide and fell against a shelf, trying to hug it. Mitten Haldani was laughing at her merrily. She pulled out a book and sat cross-legged on the floor. The book was about some sort of insects that had carried disease that had wiped out half of Keldarkin 100 years ago. Lil hadn't even known this had happened. How old are you? Min's question yanked her from a story and reminded her that she was in the middle of the Haldani College. The woman was looking at her with that same calm face all Haldani had, but she was standing oddly, as if holding her chest too high, and her hands were together. She wasn't just waiting for an answer. She wanted one. I'm just of 17 years, Mitten Haldani. Just of age. Fear rose in Lil. Was the woman thinking of marrying her off to some nobleman or something? She stood up, shoulders back, and her eyes level with the Haldani's. I have no interest in marriage. A slight smile touched the very edge of Mitten Haldani's lips. Her hands released each other, but her chest remained too high. Her head lifted slowly, and she turned away and started out, her waist swinging back and forth, hips swinging sensually. The woman glanced back and seemed pleased when she found a blushing Lil trying to pretend she hadn't noticed. Damn, a test. Lil put the book back with a touch of regret, and followed the Haldani brimming with frustration. How could she have fallen for an obvious trap? She had just given the woman a hold on her, a secret to protect. Light, what a little fool this brave one could be. How long were you and Demine friends? Mitten Haldani asked suddenly, sounding dangerously innocent. I've only known her for a few days, actually, but we bonded like sisters in those days. The Haldani sniffed disdainfully. Lil just prayed to the light that she believed her. Demine was the last person she wanted to cause trouble. Haldani, I'm actually tired. I'd rather not sleep in a bed, though. Perhaps are there any gardens here with a shrub? You wish to sleep in a shrubbery? Lil tried not to snap back at the snobby way that she had said it. I prefer trees, but I know gardens are for small things. Mitten Haldani laughed mockingly. They changed course, and soon enough she was leaving more halls into a miniature forest. Lil wanted to scream and run again, but tried to restrain herself, though she could not resist hugging the trunks of great oaks and birches and aspen. She found a giant maple to climb into and curled into the trunk, leaning against two branches near each other. She didn't know if the Haldani was still there or not, and didn't care. She was mad at herself, but her anger was also partially at Mitten. Hopefully the woman really was her friend.